Hello everyone and welcome to Live Typing with Adam. Today we're going to be typing Andrea Roth. Now, usually I do a recap of last time, but I don't really have anything specific. It was just a kind of a good practice run. T and F, well, you know, I'm just going to trust that the information is in my subconscious. Subconscious learning, yay. So let's just jump in straight away and start doing some reps. I don't want to spend too long today, but let's just give it a nice little rep and jump in. So who've we got here? Andrea Roth, Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. Okay, let's hear her just talk about something.
The invasion of our northern border continues. Andrea Roth is here.
Is she Canadian?
Of course, remember Rescue Me, Cloak and Dagger, the show now. Why do Canadians do so well in American entertainment? It's a question we pose, by the way, daily to our Canadian guests.
Because we're kind and gracious and grateful for work at all times. Not unlike Americans.
Right. That could explain it. We're going to get to the show in a second, but this was interesting to me when you were on Rescue.
That was kind of factual and slightly defensive.
Rescue Me, which got an awful lot of attention. You met your husband who worked on the show.
I did, and during that show, my 9-year-old daughter was conceived as
Oh,
well.
there you go. Well, all
Yeah.
good. Your husband's a comedy director.
Yes.
But has he ever directed you?
At home, often.
Okay.
Not to my liking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. But and is that something that would be an appealing dynamic or not an appealing dynamic? Because I think it would be like, for some couples it would work and other couples it would not be good.
I think that it would be great short term. I don't think anything, you know, for too many days in a row. But yeah, you know, maybe I come in for a couple hours and we get a little break.
On Cloak and Dagger here, Olivia Holt's mom.
Yeah.
And Olivia, of course, who's been here, has all these powers.
Yes.
Now, do you have powers?
I have absolutely no powers in this show. I don't even have powers over her as a mother.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, do you feel unempowered?
Well, my character, unfortunately, has been struggling with some demons.
Okay.
I had a big drinking problem and dabbled in drugs last season. This season, I'm cleaning up, and we're in group therapy together because she and I've revealed that what she thought was a perfect father, was quite abusive verbally and physically.
Wow, this is kind of heavy stuff. And you know what's funny is you would think, quote unquote, with a...
The vibe is not flowing in between these two people. He's like over energetic. Wow, oh my god, and how about this and what about this? And not connecting with her properly. But she's not giving him very much to work with either, I don't think. For some reason I find myself thinking kind of decidery, like, ooh, a bit weird. Decidery. Okay. Anything else? Not very playful. It doesn't seem, but this could just be like a moment she was down or something. I don't know.
Marvel show, it wouldn't necessarily tackle stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the beauty. Joe Pokaski.
Quite sleepy, maybe. Maybe that would make sense because I'm saying not so playful. Maybe she's very aware about conserving her energy.
Who's our wonderful, talented producer and writer. There's a lot of complex issues that they are allowing us to do, and it makes it much more exciting to be shooting.
Terrific. Well, let's take a look. Here is...
She's not blasting very much either. Quite slow blast as well. Maybe like just a mope. Mope is consume sleep, or sleep consume.
Cloak and Dagger, watch this.
And then the super hot doctor, he brought us around, and he even asked for my number. What? Nothing. No. Speak, please.
Why not a super hot plumber? Super hot doctor? Another man who can provide?
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, that's why you stayed with Dad, right? Because he kept us in Chanel and Benzes and Benzos. So who cares if he hits you every now and then?
I do. I did then.
That's heavy stuff. She's kind of blaming you.
Yes, that's a through line this season, that she is about to find out what it feels like to be a victim, and that maybe it isn't always your fault when you're sort of entangled in that.
Serious, but deep. You know, I'm getting some depth. Seems so judgmental. Like, extroverts are not deep. But what I mean is, I'm trying to compensate for my critical first remarks about her being unplayful and things, but there's like the other side.
Rescue Me certainly had its appeal. Do you find something like this is, I think of Olivia and just the general nature of it and where the show airs, skews a little younger?
Oh, most definitely, absolutely. But the parents on the show get to do some really interesting, messed up material, which is always fun for an actor.
So do you find that differently when you go to the mall or whatever, in terms of people recognize you for what was as opposed to what is?
Yeah, actually, just somebody recognized me from a Christmas Hallmark movie this morning here.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. So it's sort of, it's all over the place. In New York, you know, it's Rescue Me.
Right.
Here, more and more, it's teenagers being very excited and hoping that I can somehow introduce them to Olivia.
Okay, fair enough.
They're not excited about me.
And then what was the Christmas Hallmark movie?
Crazy for Christmas with Howard Hessman. Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
There you go, Cloak and Dagger. New episode is tonight on Freeform. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
You bet, thanks.
At the end, she seemed less decidery, more like just telling you things. Is she ST? ST block, is that what you call a blockhead? ST vibe. It's like not nerd, it's reporter. But there's a certain squareness. ST square? But I don't know, because she doesn't... It's all very vague guesses, you know. Very, very vague. Not confident guesses. Could be SF. Could be. Oh, look at this. Faculty speaker. Ooh, she went to a University of California. Berkeley Law.
Each year, the faculty speaker is chosen as pursuing law school.
And thank you to the class of...
Is that Andrea Roth? No, it's not. It's not the same lady. She was blonde. Oh, don't tell me there's more. There's two Andrea Roths. How annoying. Well, it's probably the pop superstar Andrea Roth. Well, pop movie star Andrea Roth. No? It's annoying to be not sure. Ah, yeah, now it's coming back up. Interview.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yes, I play Dr. Juliet Bryce. I'm the head of the medical department, the head psychiatrist, and head psychologist. I have a 17-year-old daughter who is going through the crisis, which I'm sure you guys have heard about by now.
Actually, we haven't.
Well, what happens in which the young girl that is found dead, and that we, a few of us only know that it was a murder. I'm one of them. At the beginning, we're trying to figure out what's going on. And the crisis is, I then later explained that I had done a psychological evaluation of her, and I'd found some troubling things, and because normally the kids go through this thing where they realize that since they have no options, on Earth you can choose to be a singer, a dancer, a painter, a scientist, a dog, a veterinarian, your options are limitless, and here we have certain, jobs that are available and that have to be done. And my daughter was doing a medical apprenticeship with me, and she has just decided that maybe she doesn't want to do that. She is just falling for someone in the lower decks, and it isn't my character. It isn't about I'm the psychologist. I am choosing that my character, is not a classist human. However, I know that you have to be matched to be married, and I know that won't. She's not going to get matched with him. And there are hints that has happened to me already.
A lot of background music, background noise. Is that N? She's giving like the context of the story and like. Is she giving the context or is she just giving the facts? Which one is it?
And so I am merely trying to save her the heartache of what I did, which is falling in love with some man that then you get to live on a ship with that you can never be with. And she's calling me on the fact that my marriage is sort of a facade that we, and we were matched together and we're kind to each other and, we're not in love. I'm doing what needs to be done to be part of, what I was taught to be. I was born on the ship, but that was my role, and though I kind of wanted to fight it at one point too, I succumbed, which everybody basically does. However, we're now at that point, the 50-year point, where especially a bunch of the lower deckers, people are starting to want to revolt to like the rules.
So the medical problems you face are mostly psychological, not
yeah, no.
I'm not following what she's saying, like the information that she's talking about. She's really giving the synopsis of the story and sort of the dynamics of the story. She's talking about the dynamics. But are the people the story, or are the people in the story? It could be that the people are in the story. Maybe not. She's definitely introverted, like clearly not loud. Consume sleep in the top 3, I think, is a safe bet, which means play last or blast last. Which one is it? Let's find something else. Interview. Women need.
Women need
I've
rescuing. Been over this in my head so many times.
They say behind every great woman is a great man, unless you're the wife of firefighter Tommy Gavin in Rescue Me. Andrea Roth tried desperately last season to bring Dennis Leary's character out of his wicked ways, but she says this year it's time her character moved on.
A lot of confusion, a lot of anger, a lot of hurt. So there's a lot of drama this season. Obviously, the loss of my child was very, very intense for me. But we don't necessarily speak about it much, but what I do is I act out a lot with a lot of confusing behavior, a lot of...
It's funny how she's talking about her character as I. She's saying, I act out a lot, and the loss of my child, but she means the person she's playing. So she's really appropriated this character. She's really in... It's her life. She's associated herself with it quite strongly.
Confusing sexual behavior. I, as an actress, have felt incredibly confused with what my character is doing this season, but I think it's right on because that's what the character is. There's no rhyme nor reason. She's very troubled and acting out.
Without giving too much away, Andrea does show, says with
underwear, brown underwear,
having
to do a scene in my brown underwear. Truly, I was just in the middle of the scene. I just went, I'm really nervous. That's stuff. You're I guess bearing my soul. It seems easier for me, thank you, than bearing my body on national television. It is shot in high def.
Bearing my soul seems easier than bearing my body on national television. self-conscious. I'm very nervous.
Definition, and nobody needs high definition close up anywhere near any part of their body.
Season
Okay.
3 of Rescue Me premieres Tuesday at 10 p.m. on FX.
To be taken back in. You asked me for a second chance, okay? I gave you what you asked for, all right? There's blood on my hands. There's blood on your hands, too.
Okay. I'm not getting that much. There aren't any like long lectures. I hope it's not this lady that we're supposed to be typing. Well, we're already in now, so it's a bit late. Andrea Roth. The thing is, there's not many videos of her. Why are there so few videos?
Yeah.
So we know virtually nothing about the show because so little has come out about
They
very secretive.
They had the panel as far away from the press room as they could possibly make it.
I understand the plight of not information.
Hold it. So you guys weren't?
I was there,
we
but
weren't able
nobody
to
there was
make
there.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
what you can.
okay, so in 1963, President Kennedy and a team of, especially one particular Dr. Ensman, but they decided to secretly launch a spaceship into space, which is where spaceships go. And at the time, well, you were in there with the Project Orion references. The fact of the matter is, during this time, they actually found a way that they could completely conceivably, and even to this day, they say it would still work. They had the capability then, and they would use the same capability to, at the time, though, they could only do it for 100 people. So it isn't, it isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. What happens is now 2014, and you see that there have been, and now please get my numbers right on this one.
She's skimming around with her information here. Is this consume above blast, like just bad blast? Or is it play above blast?
Because I thought it was 500, but maybe, then in there someone said 600 people were put on this ship in 1963. It's a really super groovy 1963 ship. It's not like a warship, but it's not, it's not like it's really amazing set design. And
It's really 6 stories tall now. That's what they said.
Can I tell you? First of all, when I was doing the camera test, our DP Pierre, who's only ever done features, but he wants to be near his family. DP,
See that? Can I tell you again?
Amazing set design.
It's really 6 stories tall now. That's what they said.
Can I tell you? First of all, when I was doing the camera test, our DP Pierre, who's only ever done features, but he wants to be near his family. He was sitting we were sitting together at lunch, and I didn't see any of the sets or anything, with a photographer, and the photographer was saying, "Oh my gosh, you got like these sets. They're humongous." And Pierre said, "Oh, no, these aren't humongous. These are ginormous. These are things that you don't see on a feature film." So I was like, "What?" Like, you get very sort of excited. We go in to see it. Have you guys been in, like, when you shoot in a huge, like, studio warehouse? That they're just, so huge. So imagine that you're going to walk in. Okay, for instance, the size of this, what we're in here, would be, with a couple bedrooms, would be the size of, my family's name is Bryce, so the Bryce quarters. There's 4 levels, and on each level, there's the Bryce quarters, There is the Denninger, the captain's quarters, which is obviously way bigger. There will be a library. There will be like the cafeteria, and
she's giving all the information. And for some reason, I'm thinking OE again. I was thinking like lead sleep, but I don't know. It's just building up. And I'm thinking observer now. See how animated she is when she's describing the thing. It doesn't look like a freak out, but it does look like she's engaged. When you're asking her a question about things, that's when she's engaged. So, engaged with things. See, she's describing all the things, but she's skimming around. So I'm thinking, it's just a guess, I'm thinking SETI. Is it TI? Because, yeah. SETI, consume, sleep, blast, play, and I think feminine S. Feminine S. Masculine DE or feminine DE? Let me tell you. Let's see about the masculine DE versus feminine DE.
all the way around with an elevator in. And so when we're shooting in sets, we're just on a different floor in a different room. Each part of this, it's huge. And then there's a running track around the top, like a full running track where people could run. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's really, I mean, this is also a new genre for me. I was like on Rescue Me for 7 years in New York, which is firefighters and just gritty, real. It's amazing. And I would even say to Trisha, because of her being on Battlestar Galactica, she was just like, these sets are phenomenal. Like, it's pretty mind-boggling.
You know what they spent on the sets?
It's fun to watch a lot of people. I'm just thinking that you just watch a snippet of someone's life, but with really full-on attention. That's what I'm really paying attention to her, and I think if they're I'm going to start to get to know people much better if I do this every day or every other day. You just really focus with full intent on someone. First of all, you get appreciation for them because you sort of, by looking at every little detail, you sort of see how they are, and you think, oh, that's fun. Like, I like that. Sort of see all the facets. Maybe she had masculine S, feminine S.
That I do not know. I know it is a lot. and that's why they keep saying, we're pretty certain you're going to get the back six, because people don't put this kind of money into sets if it can't go, longer. And I know they've already bought the next 6 scripts, but they haven't picked up. I think there's maybe 7 of us. There's like a good 16 of us, but like 7 that were like the full.
It's hard for me to say play last because she's so animated, but she's animated and at the same time very calm, very soft speaking very softly, but she's engaged, like, ooh. But maybe that's the information and lead SE, you could say. Okay, this is gonna be a nice quick video, so this is my guess. OSTCZB double feminine. Okay, let's try it. Let's see. Is she decider? What is it? Andrea Roth. Okay, so decider. Yay. S is good. T is good. DE. Okay, so TE. A lot of TEs these days, isn't there? TESE spectrum. Look at that. FI, TE, FI, TE. TEFI spectrum. Axis. OE. See, play first. Okay. Consume is right. And play. Energy. energy. So that might be the reason I could see the soothing aspect of her. And then feminine S, masculine DE. Okay. So I'll just quickly fill that in. And look, I'm not even worried about if I got things right or wrong. I don't care. I'm learning, and that's the whole point. I said, oh no, this is the answer. I said DIOE, consume, play. No, consume, sleep. I said info, feminine S, feminine DE, and the answer is decider. That's the first thing I said was it kind of looks like a decider, and then I changed my mind again. Funny how that happens. ST was right, DE, OE was right, consume was right, but play was wrong, and energy was right, wrong. Feminine S is right, but masculine DE, so I'm going to have another 5 out of 10. Yeah, good. Well, that was a nice little quick one. Thank you very much. Andrea Roth, next one in 2 days again. I think I'm going to make it another masculine TE. I pick up on masculine TE. I'm theoretically triggered by it, but I didn't see it. Provided this was the right person I'm typing and not that lady from California, but that would be weird. I believe it. It makes sense with what I was saying, the play first sort of, but what was it? Play first, but play, sleep, play, consume. This is literally Shan. How are there so many Shans? Here's a Shan, here's a Shan. Whoa. Okay, so who's Andreas SW? What? Nah, I don't want it. Andrew Garfield. Let's see. Interview. Okay, Andrew Garfield. Next person, Andrew Garfield. And that will be number 21. Look at that. We're cramming him in. Oh, what? Mr. Anderson. There we are. Okay, so rendezvous in 2 days on Wednesday for Andrew Garfield. Thank you very much and take care. Bye.